You special and she reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my best.
Hello my people, it's your girl B. Welcome back to another video and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are new here, welcome baby. Please don't leave without subscribing. Okay guys, today I have brought you a very interesting and informative video, which is how to get to Japan via the J program. Okay, as you guys might know, I am in South Korea, but I did apply via the J program and I did get into the round of interviews. So I'm going to be helping you guys do that as well, and hopefully you can pass the interviews and make your way to Japan. If you're interested in the video, please stay tuned. Okay my people, so I'm going to be going through the Japanese exchange program, which is the J program. Forgive the cicadas guys and my aircon, it's very hot. Okay, it's it's hot up in here, okay, in Korea, so I have to put the AC on. So in order to access the J program page, go to the Japanese embassy website and then click on the J program. If I can, I'll leave a link. So when you go to the Japanese embassy website, you will see like a whole lot written there, like the Japanese embassy address and like, you know, what the J program is about. And then you can click on the PDFs to see like the guidelines, you know, the application form and everything. Okay guys, so let's get into the J program requirements. Okay, in the Japanese embassy website, you're gonna see like, you know, some PDFs listed for you. Click on them and like, you know, there are some requirements and also some papers you need to print out which are gonna help you. Okay, so let me just tell you what the requirements are. The first requirement is the application form. So you have to have the application form and you have to fill it out. You need a self-report of medical condition. You also need certified transcripts. You need an essay, which I will get into. You need your degree, letters of reference, they require 2, and your TOEFL certificate, and your ID or passport, criminal record check, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it that they need. And let me get into each one of these. Okay, so the application form you will find in the Japanese embassy website, which you will print out and fill in. Okay, and they help you like on how to fill it in, and I will try and go through it with you guys. And then the report of medical. Okay, just print out the page and go to your local hospital. Like I did it in a public hospital guys. You can go to your local hospital where they do blood pressure and, you know, tests for all those things. Just go there and ask them to fill in this form, and yeah, they will guys. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. The only problem is that, like, you know, with us we had to come back because, you know, public hospitals, the lines are long, so make sure you wake up early. Another thing you need is certification of graduation, which is your degree, so you can print that and have it certified. You don't need to give them your real degree, please don't. You also need like your TOEFL, also that you can print and certify. You also need letters of reference, which are 2 letters of recommendation from your previous employment, or like, you know, a professor or anything, like something yana, you know, it doesn't have to be in teaching. And then you need your criminal record, like you need your police clearance, but this you can give them, you know, during the round of interviews. You don't have to give them, like, you know, with these documents. It's okay, like, because they know that the criminal record takes very long. And then yeah, you need your essay. Okay, so your essay is like a statement of purpose. Why do you want to get into Japan? This is very important, guys. So I'm gonna put mine up, what I wrote. I'm gonna put mine up so you guys can get an idea of what I wrote. Basically, they want to know why are you interested to come to Japan. And this one, guys, this essay is very important, so you have to make sure that, like, you hit the nail on the head, and that is what will get you accepted to the interview. Okay, so you basically need to highlight, like, you like exploring new cultures, so you're interested in the Japanese culture, and you like, seeing your students grow. Well, that's what I wrote. And it's an exchange program, so it's not like you're just going there to teach. You're also going to learn what the Japanese culture is about, and you gotta teach the kids what the South African culture is about. So you can bring in, like, something from South Africa and say you're gonna teach them about something in South Africa. I said I would teach them about Ubuntu, which is to come together, things like that. How now, you guys, you see, do not copy what I wrote, just, like, derive from it. Okay, derive from it. I hope it does help. And the next thing is the application form. Okay, so the application form, guys, is very, very, what can I say, very, very long and a bit tedious, so I'm gonna try and go over it as quickly as I can with you guys. Give me a second, let me find it. Okay, guys, so I have found it. This was for 2023, right? It says 2023 J program application form. Gives you the instructions. Please follow the instructions, please. Okay, please follow the instructions as they are written, because if you don't, you immediately disqualified. Okay, you can either type or you can write with the pen. So it tells you, like, the interview location, which I chose Durban because I live in Durban, so they interviewed me in Howard College. But they are, like, there's a list, there's a chart with, like, a list of, what can I say, codes. So please go find the code and then put in the code. Make sure you put in the code. Don't just write, whatever number you want. Put in the correct code. And then they ask you for, like, your name, your surname, criminal history, then academic record, employment history, teaching background. If you don't have any, just don't write anything. Do not lie, please. And then proposed direction of career in relation to the J program. And then they do ask you guys about, like, whether you know how to speak Japanese. Please do not lie. Just say I do not, or just say your Japanese is poor. Because if you tick yes in the interview, they might ask you in Japanese. They might ask you the questions in Japanese and you have to answer. So you'll be in real trouble if you lied. Okay, so do not lie, guys. It does not lessen your chances. Just be honest. And it does ask you, like, have you ever participated in the J program before? So if you have, I think it gives you higher chances because they see that you are serious. But even if you're a first timer, you still can get the interview. Okay. And then, like, it tells you, like, where do you want to stay, preferable city, follow the codes that are written in the sheet. And yeah, that's about it. Put in, like, your address and everything. Okay, so that's the application form. Just make sure that you download the code sheet and then you follow that. Make sure. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to get to is sending everything together. But make sure you download the checklist. It's also on the Japanese embassy's website. Okay, so it tells you how to deliver everything. So here they say the application form, you have one original, one set copy A, and one set copy B. So you have to hand in 3 application forms. You have to hand in 3 medical reports, which, like, the first one is the original, and then the 2 you will copy. And then the essay also 3. Your graduation certificate, your degree, the first one will be color copied, and the other 2 will be, like, black and white. And then letters of reference, they say 2 originals and then 2, right? and then your TFO also 2 2. So that's how you must bring in like your documents, and make sure that you clip the original set on its own, set A on its own, set B on its own. Please follow these instructions, because if you don't, they will not accept it. Okay, so usually you need to bring 3 of everything, and then make sure that you keep them differently. Also the application form, and you must have it signed. Okay, so that's that. You can put in like the small little paper clips, it's okay, or those grabbers, it's okay. And yeah, so after that I handed it in. I went to PostNet and I posted via PostNet, which was hella expensive, guys. It was like 900. That was expensive for me. I was like, but you do have the option to drop it off at the Japanese embassy, so you can choose to do that if you want. But like, I do not live close to Pretoria, so I just did it via the PostNet way, and it took some time for them to get back to me. And yeah, when they get back to me, I got an email from Ryan Keith saying that I have been accepted for the interview, and it just said I must respond whether I accept. And then like it gave me like there was a sheet of everybody who was accepted, and I had to look at the time I would be getting interviewed and the place. And yeah, there I think I got interviewed. I was the first one on the second day of interviews. Yeah, and I went there in 9 o'clock. So the tip I will give you guys is that please come like early or a day before and check out the venue, because I struggled to find the venue, guys. I was getting interviewed in Howard College, which was my university, so I thought I knew everything. I came 30 minutes earlier, but guys, I couldn't find the venue anywhere, like, to the fact that I was almost late. I think like I was like, not almost late, I was actually late by like a minute. And the interviewer does like, text you beforehand, and I did tell her that, oh, I cannot find the venue. And she was like, some other people come like a day before and look for the venue, so make sure that you come a day before also and look for the venue, if you're being serious, unlike me. But anyway, I came, guys. I was sweating, I was in a rush, but I made it. I think I was only 1 minute late, but Japanese people are very, very, very considerate about time, so make sure you early, make sure that you are early. And then when I got there was one white lady, one black lady, and one Japanese lady. So those were the 3 interviewers. And the interview questions were like, tell us about yourself, and then like, why are you interested in the Japanese program. And for me, mostly they did ask about the experience. Mostly the Japanese lady like asked like about my experience, which was like teaching in China. And she said, why did you leave China, why did you choose to come here, and why don't you want to join any other program besides Japan, what do you know about Japan, what is currently happening in Japan. So do your research when it comes to those things. They do ask like, what is currently happening in Japan right now. She did ask me like, did I learn the Chinese language when I was in China, how long did it take me, and like, would I be open to learning the Japanese language, do I know that there are natural disasters in Japan, and things like that. So be prepared, guys. I think like I watch like videos on YouTube on like interview questions you might expect in in a Japanese interview. So mostly for me it was about my experience, but I think if you don't have experience teaching abroad, they will just ask you like, what is happening, like the recent trend that is happening in Japan, why did you choose Japan, like what do you know about the Japanese culture, what are you going to like give to the Japanese students. Like they will also ask you, because the other ladies asked me about like classroom management, like if you have a fight with your co-teacher, how would you handle it, and like how would you deal with being away from home and things like that. So those are the interview questions you are likely to get. And if you ace those interview questions, and then you are sorted to go, okay? And during the interview, you are supposed to give them your police clearance. If you did not send it through, this is your chance to give them your police clearance. So I hope that helped, guys. Like, if you pass the interview, then you are certainly going to get ready to go to Japan. From that stage onwards, I did not know, because I did not pass my interview, unfortunately. But I hope you do, and you can get into those doors. Like, go, 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 go. I'm joking. I hope you can get through those doors. And I think it's like a home run from there. You know, they just tell you maybe like how you're gonna be traveling and what to expect when you get to Japan, and you are all set. So if you have any other questions, guys, please drop them in the comment section below. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you did find this informative, give it a thumbs up, and do share it for those who want to know how to come to Japan. And for now, let me say goodbye. Mwah.